Welcome to the Get Your Mind Right podcast. Every day, I want to be the first voice inside of your head, the first voice that motivates you to move. I put out these powerful segments every single day because I know the truth. The truth is that when you change your mind, you change your life. So let me, Ryan Stewman, the hardcore closer, get your mind right. You must confess if you want to see success. You see, many of us, inside of our mind, we have these things called ideas. We don't know where they come from. We don't know where they manifest. We don't know what gives them to us. But many people, they keep their ideas to themselves. They don't speak them out loud. They try to suppress them. We hold them down with alcohol and drugs and pills and porn and sex and things that distract us. But the ideas just keep coming. They keep showing up. They keep showing up. They keep showing up. They don't go away. They don't go away. And the more that we try to drown them out, the more that we try to hide them, the harder it is on us in life. I work with a lot of artists. You know, I'm an artist. I create. That's what I do. I come up with an idea and it turns into a podcast like this. And then it gets distributed to thousands and millions of people across the world. I work with a lot of artists to make that happen, from graphic artists to video artists to sound artists. And artists struggle. They struggle because they have all these ideas, all these creativity that they're trying to suppress instead of unleash. And they find themselves abusing substances. They find themselves chasing demons that they can't shake. And the one thing that separates us, those of us that are artists that have ideas, and you're listening to this, you're an artist, you have ideas. You see, I have a client. I'll come back to the one thing that separates us in a second. I have a client named Dan Crusett. He's a mortgage guy. He's been with me for about a year now, maybe a little longer. And he had this idea for this product, and it's something that has nothing to do with mortgages. It's something that has nothing to do with anything that he's ever been around before. But he came to me and he confessed. He said, I have this idea that I think will make a lot of money. And he said, I want to confess this idea to you, Ryan, because I think this will lead to success. And that's my saying. If you're looking for success, you must confess. You have to confess your ideas. You have to speak them. You have to say what you see so you can hear what you said, right? You have to speak the vision that you have. You have to speak the idea. You have to have that confession. He said, I have this confession. And I said, man, I can help that dream come true. And I plugged him into a few people I know in my network. He just sent me a message 2 days ago saying that it's been formulated and it's about to happen. You see, when I confessed that I was going to become a transformational, motivational speaker, a coach instead of a consultant, a life changer instead of a business planner, I confessed that. And I've made that change. The fact that you're here listening to this right now, it's just proof. But many of us, we won't confess. We'll keep our ideas to ourselves. And instead of confess, we decide to suppress. And we end up like the rest. What I can tell you is that those ideas are there for a reason. That's the divine coder putting those ideas in your head so that you can execute on them. But first you have to speak it into existence, then you have to be it, then you have to do what's needed to be done in order to make it happen. You see, many of us, we spend our entire lives running from the one thing that we're supposed to do. I have a client, Satima. And Satima is one of the most motivational, transformational individuals I have ever met in my life. When he walks into a room, the whole room just eyes lock on him. He's got that shit you can't hack. He's got that natural talent, but he spent his whole career running from the one thing that he should have embraced until he found me. And man, it took me a lot of massage and a lot of working, and he's a big dude. You just can't confront a big dude like Satima. And it took me a lot of work, a lot of massage, and a lot of driving this stuff into his head. And he's on his way to his biggest breakthrough of his life. First, he's already had the mental breakthrough, and he's about to deliver something in front of a room full of people that by the time you'll hear this has already happened. And you mark my words, 6 months from now, you'll hear the name Satima Gali, and you'll know that that guy is the biggest and best in the business because I helped him go through the single breakthrough that was holding him back. You see, oftentimes people, they hold back from working with me. They say, I don't want to work with Ryan. What if he tells me the truth? They let their ego get in the way. What if he tells me the truth and it's something I don't want to hear and it hurts my feelings? It's not meant to hurt your feelings. It's meant for you to have a painful experience so that you learn from that experience so that you don't want to suffer from that pain anymore and you have a miraculous breakthrough. Because if you want success, you must confess. Like even in religions like the Catholic Church, they go in there and they say, confess your sins. Sins aren't necessarily the things that you've done wrong. Sins are the things that you've held back. Sins are the actual things that you should have done that you didn't. And they want you to confess those things so that you speak them out loud so that you can take action on them. Just like I always say, for everything the natural, there's a supernatural correlation. You're speaking success over yourself. When you speak your ideas, whether you tell me or your wife or Facebook or social media or Instagram or whatever, when you're speaking those things, you're confessing your success. When Dan told me his product, I'm like, the first step is confession. Now let's go to succession. When Satima told me that what he was trying to do, I said, man, you're doing the wrong thing. You're running from the one thing that's going to liberate you. You're trying to win, but you're a champion, sir. And man, it wasn't easy for either one of them to hear. It's like, hey, step out of the mortgage business and into something completely different that you've never done before. Hey, step out of the business you're in, Satima, but step into something that is completely in your element, but yet you've refused to accept it. I see it happen all the time. My clients do it. My friends do it. But guess what? When you confess that success, you're liberated from the rest, man. And I'm telling you, speaking over yourself, believing in yourself. You know, I watched a documentary with Conor McGregor, and he said, man, when I fought Jose Aldo, I wanted to be humble and I wanted to give him 1 round, maybe 2 rounds, but I just couldn't. And he said, the guy told him, he said, you've only won, he was doing an interview, he said, you've only won 1 fight, Conor, but it seems like you've won 10. He goes, this shit's been happening in my head long before it happened in real life. Because he turned his ideas into confessions and into success. Those ideas are there for a reason, my friends. Embrace them, confess them. They will lead you down the path where you're supposed to go. If you know somebody who needs to hear this, share it with them. Share it with them through the DM, send them an email, post it on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, social media, wherever you're at. Leave me a review on iTunes. Make sure you check out replays over at Hardcore Closer on iTunes, SoundCloud, YouTube, wherever you want to find me, I'm there. Remember to turn your ideas into confessions. And by the way, if you want to surround yourself with a bunch of idealistic people that are doing big things, I've got a free video for you at BFA Entourage. It's Break Free Academy, BFAentourage.com. There's a video there. It'll change your life. Watch the video, fill out the application, and if you're fit for what we're doing, one of my coaches will call you and have a serious conversation where you can confess your ideas. We can see where we can fit you in, and if you're fit for what we do. Other than that, catch you on the next episode.